What's happening, guys? This is Champion 2D Rob back again. How's everybody doing? This video is a pickups video. This is a movie, Blu-rays, DVDs, pickups vid. Yeah, I've got a nice little stack here actually. Some decent titles. Of course, I've got some Steelbooks as well. And one DVD. Now, let's get right into it because I don't want to be too long making this video. So the first thing I actually want to show you guys is actually not a DVD, not a Blu-ray, not anything like that, but something that I actually picked up at the London Retro Gaming Market and completely forgot to include in that pickup video. It's actually not a game. It is gaming related, but it's not actually a game. And it was just basically something I picked up on impulse while I was walking around the floor. And it was just basically this Street Fighter Notepad book. And I just thought it looked really nice, and it was worth picking up. So yeah, it's got show you very quickly. It's got like a little Street Fighter logo on the page. So yeah, it's just a nice little impulse thing. I just thought it was worth including. I don't know why I forgot to include it in that pickup video, but yeah, so I picked that up. Now moving straight to the films. First thing I picked up, and this was actually a DVD from CEX. Saw it, nabbed it. It was something I wanted, and I couldn't believe I got it for so cheap. And that was Star Wars Clone Wars. I got it for 50p. This is fantastic. This is basically the limited 2D run of the Clone Wars series that was done to sort of promote. I believe it was. It was sort of set between Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith, and this was set to promote it, and it was fantastic. I mean, they later went on to sort of redo the Clone Wars as like a 3D cartoon series, but before they did that, they released this, and it's proper good. This is well worth checking out, guys. This is some awesome 2D animation, great storyline, very dark. It's just some absolutely great stuff, worth checking out, guys. Okay, so moving on to some of the Blu-rays. Got a nice little stack here, nice, quite a wide variety of titles here. First thing I picked up was God Bless America. This is a great little indie film. It's basically, I had to import this actually. I had to get, this is an Australian release because unfortunately this film doesn't have a UK Blu-ray release yet. But it's a fantastic film, guys. It's basically centered around this guy who gets pissed off with sort of society. It definitely falls under that mold of like Taxi Driver, Falling Down, you know, those kind of movies. But this is very much like a dark comedy. And I don't want to say too much about this film, guys, but definitely look it up. It's a great film, very dark. Some of the stuff in it is quite disturbing as well. I don't really know what to say about this film without giving it away, but it's a great movie. Definitely look it up, guys. God Bless America, fantastic film. Next movie I picked up, this is Solar Warriors. This is an 80s action film. It's one of those sort of Mad Max rip-offs that came out during the 80s, you know, set in that post-apocalyptic world. It's centered around a bunch of kids though. It's a very different movie. I actually bought this because I remember seeing this film as a kid, and for the longest time I couldn't remember the name of it. And I believe in the US this film is known as Solar Babies, which is a stupid name, but there you go. Over here it's known as Solar Warriors. I've not seen it since I was a kid, so I have no idea if this film's going to hold up. But I saw it for a cheap price, so I thought I would pick it up and give it another watch. I do remember enjoying this film as a kid. Whether it holds up now or not, I'm not too sure. But yeah, it's just a nice one to have. Next one I got here, this is Batman The Dark Knight Returns Deluxe Edition. A while back they released an animated adaptation of the Dark Knight Returns comic book by Frank Miller, and it was split into two parts. You could buy both separately on Blu-ray. This is basically both films together as one movie. And while I do already have the two separate Blu-rays, I did want this because I wanted to see the full version of it together without any separation. And there's also an exclusive commentary track as well, so I definitely wanted to check it out, which is why I picked it up. It's a fantastic adaptation of the comic. It's brilliant. It's well worth a watch, guys. Probably some of the best Batman stories around. Speaking of Batman, I picked up Suicide Squad. This is a movie that I know has gotten a lot of mixed reviews. I personally enjoyed it. I actually enjoyed it quite a bit. There are, of course, a lot of things I don't like about this film, but ultimately, for me, the good outweighs the bad. I really did enjoy this film. I'm not too sure what I'm going to think of it on second viewing. I only saw it once at the cinema, but I did enjoy it. I enjoyed the characters. I do acknowledge the flaws that a lot of people have said about this film. But I think it's definitely a series worth salvaging. I don't think it's a disaster the way people make it out to be. I don't even think it's as bad as Batman v Superman, and even then I enjoyed that film for what it was. But I think this one is actually better, and I think there's definitely something to mine from here. It's not a complete loss. But I like I say, I enjoyed this film, and I'm looking forward to watching it again. Next movie I picked up. This is another cool little cult film that actually just came out. It's an Arrow release, and that's The Guyver. Really chuffed to get this actually. There are actually two live action adaptations of The Guyver. This is based on an anime manga series, and there was two American films that were made. This is the first one. Although back in the day, here in the UK, the movie was known as Mutronics. So I'm glad that for this Blu-ray release, they've gone with the original title, which was The Guyver. Mark Hamill from Star Wars is in this. And this is not my favourite of the two films. I actually much prefer the second film. But this one, you know, is still worth having. It's an Arrow release. It's got all the trimmings. It's got, you know, a decent selection of extra features. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to watching this one. I'm hoping they release the second one on Blu-ray as well. And next up here, I've got a very cool release, and I've got a Zombie, which is Dawn of the Dead. Basically, this is the Italian release of George Romero's original Dawn of the Dead film. And the reason why I opted for this Italian release is because it has three versions of the film, three cuts of the film, should I say, but all of them are on Blu-ray. There is actually an Arrow release that came out in the UK, but it only comes with one Blu-ray, and the other two cuts of the film are in DVD format. Whereas, like I say, this is all on Blu-ray, and it's all in English. Plays fine. It's fantastic. The three cuts of the film you've got here. You've got the European cut, which is the one that sort of is the main advertisement of this version, which is like the Dario Argento cut, which was like Dario Argento was an Italian director who directed a lot of Italian zombie horror films, and he actually got to cut a version of this film, which is like a lot shorter. I believe they changed the score as well. And of course you've got the theatrical version, and then you've got the extended cut. The extended cut is the one that I actually had on DVD for the longest time. But yeah, I'm very glad to get this. It was actually a lot cheaper than the Arrow release, which is out of print now and goes for about 40 to 50 quid. This can also sell for about the same, but if you actually go on international sites, you can get this for about 25 quid, which is what I did, and it's fantastic. And like I say, it plays in English, and it's technically superior as it has all the other two. The two other films I've got Blu-ray transfers as well. So really chuffed to get this. This is one of my favourite zombie films. And finally guys, I've got 3 Steelbooks here. Some real cool stuff here. The first one I got is The Incredible Hulk. This is a Steelbook I've been looking forward to getting for a long time. I think it's sold out now. This was pretty much sold out very quickly. It's a lenticular Steelbook, but yeah, I really chuffed to get this because I did have a Steelbook for The Incredible Hulk, but it was a landscape picture, not portrait like this. So it didn't really go with the other Steelbooks that I had, so I definitely wanted to jump on this one, and I'm really chuffed to get it. I have to say though, I really like this film. I think The Incredible Hulk is a really good film. Bit of an underrated gem in the Marvel, out of the Marvel films. I think it's underrated. It's a lot of fun. I do enjoy this film. Continuing with Marvel, I picked up Jessica Jones, the complete series. This is the Steelbook of the Netflix TV show. I mean, I bought this because, you know, I'm a Marvel head. I needed this in the collection. But honestly, most people can just watch it on Netflix. So I don't really need to take this out because I can just watch it on Netflix. But because it's, you know, I'm collecting the Marvel Steelbooks, definitely had to pick this up. And it's a great series. I know some people didn't like Jessica Jones, didn't really take to it, but I really enjoyed it, so I'm glad to get it on Steelbook. And I believe it's already out of print. These do sell very quickly, so really chuffed to get that. And lastly, I picked up something that was very nostalgic to me, and I was really chuffed that it finally got a Blu-ray release, and that was Transformers the movie. This is the animated movie from 1986. Really happy it finally came out on Blu-ray. Now, this film actually did come out on Blu-ray 10 years ago for the 20th anniversary. This is the 30th anniversary release. But at the time I passed on it. I actually got the 20th anniversary DVD release, which came like in a tin, and I loved it. It was a fantastic transfer. But this is fantastic as well. It's basically got all the same special features from the 20th anniversary edition, but also a few extra stuff to sort of commemorate the 30th anniversary of this film. And I'm so nostalgic for this film. I still watch this very regularly. Like I really do love the Transformers film, the animated TV show. For me, it still holds up. I love them to bits. And this film was so nostalgic for me because I did own the VHS back in the day. I never saw it at the cinema. I believe at the time I probably would have been too young. But I did catch it on VHS. It was one of the films, one of the tapes I used to own. I used to watch it all the time. In fact, I've still got it. It's just up in an attic somewhere. But yeah, really chuffed to get this in my Blu-ray collection. And of course I had to opt for a Steelbook because, yeah, absolutely love this film, so really chuffed with that. So that's it guys, that's basically all my films that I picked up in the last few months. I mean, I know some of them I did get over Christmas, but most of them were actually the last couple of months. They've just been stacking. I hadn't had a chance to sort of make a video about them. But anyway guys, I will be back soon with a pickup video for my games and other stuff. So thank you very much for watching guys. Of course, leave your thoughts in the comment section below. I would love to hear your thoughts. And of course, leave a like. It's always appreciated as well. So I will see you guys very soon. Bye-bye. Oh, and have a Merry... no, not Merry Christmas. That's already gone. Have a Happy New Year, guys. And I'll see you in the new year. Bye-bye.